I love the math curriculum at Success Academy because it's investigative, so it gives them freedom to explore.
I counted on with mine.
It's students teaching other students
Then I did 53 times
in a
2
very
equals
real and
106.
multisensory way.
It gets scholars to understand the concepts behind the math and to learn the importance of accurate and precise work.
Joining together rigor and joy.
We love Smencils. So I've actually ordered 46 boxes. My name is Priscilla Pan. I teach 4th grade at Success Academy. The lesson I'll be teaching today is number stories. It's about 45 minutes to an hour. We teach number stories 5 times a week to help the kids develop their number sense.
30 times 10.
They get to manipulate numbers big and small in a way that they understand it, and at the same time, learn the importance of accurate and precise work. I love the math curriculum because it's investigative. Kids naturally have really great ideas, so it gives them the freedom to explore the way that they think and the way they see the problem, and then the kids learn from one another at the very end. When preparing number stories, you need your Unifix cubes, you need your base 10 blocks. You want to set it up in a way and with a routine that the kids can easily grab the materials and it'll always be in the same place every time. For the teacher, you also need to prepare ahead of time by looking at the problem and you think, what are the ways that the kids might solve it? So you try to predict ahead of time where you want to bring them by the end of the lesson. One of the great things about Success Academy is that the leaders spend an enormous amount of time in your classroom, giving you feedback, helping you improve in real time.
So, Ms. Pan, how has your class been doing with number stories and particularly this problem type, multiplication?
They have been doing well with lower numbers, so I'm going to try and aim for higher numbers today. And I've been seeing a lot of flexible thinking, a lot of different strategies, but I'm noticing that the higher the numbers go, they become more inaccurate. They make a lot of little tiny mistakes that I think they can quickly fix if we find someone that has a very good organizational method.
I'm looking forward to the lesson.
Me too. So Ms. Pan has 46 boxes of Smencils with 53 Smencils in each box. How many Smencils does Ms. Pan have in all? The purpose of the launch is twofold. The first one is for story comprehension.
Pan ordered.
You want to send the kids off being confident that they understand the story, they understand what's happening and what actions are in it.
Ms. Pan orders 46 boxes of Smencils. Each box has 53 Smencils. How many does she have in all?
Now I want you to think about this question. Do you think that I will have greater than or less than 53 Smencils?
I think you're gonna have more than 53 Smencils because in one box there are 53 Smencils, and in the second box there's already gonna be more than 53.
Great, that will definitely help you when you're solving this problem. So the purpose of the launch is also to make sure your expectations are set. Back to your seats, you're only gonna have 10 minutes. They understand that they're supposed to be working like crazy the entire time and that you are expecting to see really great work. 1, get ready. 2, stand up. 3, go ahead. Let's see everybody back in their seats in 10. Oh, Selena's excited. She's already got a strategy ready in her head. Kenyana's grabbing a graph paper. That's what she wants to start with. The independent work time takes about 10 to 15 minutes. During that time, all the kids are using the materials in many different ways, trying to solve the problem in 2 or 3 strategies. When I'm walking around, I'm noticing generally where the entire class is. Are most of them on counting strategies? Are most of them using direct modeling? Are most of them on to incrementing or inventive strategies?
I didn't know 53 times 46 off the top of my head, so I had to break down the 46.
First I did 40 times 50 equals 2,000. Then I did 6 times 3 equals 18.
Instead of 46 times 53, I wanted to switch it around.
Why is that?
In multiplication, I like to start with a bigger number first.
Can you explain to me the number sentence then that you used? Did you catch something? During independent work time, I'm also making sure the scholars are getting the correct answers, probing scholars who have incorrect answers so they can fix it, and looking for precise representations. Yeah, great. Just be careful when you're writing. That's good stuff. The assistant teacher in the room is also circulating just as I am, asking kids about their strategies, and we will talk about what we saw and how kids are thinking.
Serena had a good strategy.
What was hers? Was it?
She used an array.
After conferencing with my assistant teacher, I choose 3 scholar strategies to share in the discourse that represent what we saw during work time and that build upon each other.
I drew a graph with 53 rows and 46 columns.
During the discourse, we sequence the scholar's work from least sophisticated to most sophisticated. Direct modeling first, then we go to counting strategies, incrementing, and invented algorithms.
I wanted to break up the 46 instead.
Why is that?
The 46 was kind of easier for me.
While the scholar is sharing in the discourse, my job is to record very clearly their steps and their thought process.
53 times 3 equals 159.
This helps the scholars listening to follow along and really understand each step that the scholar took. It also serves as a high-level model of a representation. So what essentially did he do to the 46 here? Leisha?
He broke his 46 up into tens and ones.
Right, this is very much like a tens and one strategy. Thank you, Taj. If there's a variation between counting strategies that are base 10 and those that are not, I would put the ones that are not first, because scholars will often make the connection that, oh, I've been counting by 1s and 5s this whole time and I can actually be counting by 10s and 20s. So it also pushes scholars who are seeing a familiar strategy move on to a more advanced strategy.
Then I did 53 times 2 equals 106. Then I added 530 plus 530 equals 1060.
Are you guys seeing some similarities between Taj's and Madeline's? Hold on to it, okay? Let's keep going.
My answer is Miss Pan has 2,438 smensels.
Any questions for Madeline or any noticings?
Taj, he broke up 46 like Madeline, but he didn't break it up the same way. He broke up 40 into 20 and then 10 and 10. And Madeline broke it up in 4 tens. And with the 6, Taj broke it up into 3 and 3, and Madeline broke it up into 2, 2.
Great. Thanks, Madeline. Third person?
First, I did 40 times 50, but I didn't know it. So I did 5 times 4 equals 20. And I remember the rule in class. When you times 10 by any number, you just add a 0 to it. So I just did 20 times 10 equals 200, and 200 times 10 equals 2,000. 50 times 6 equals 300. 2018 plus 420 equals 2,438. My answer was Miss Pan ordered 2,438 smensels in all.
Any questions for Jordan and Bert?
In your thought bubble, why did you do 20 times 10 and then 200 times 10?
I know the 2 zeros represented a 10. And like I was saying, I remembered that a rule that we made was any number that you times by 10, you just add a 0 by it.
Are you guys seeing any similarities or differences between Jordan and Bert's and Madeline's?
Jordan Burt broke up both numbers, but Madeline only broke up one number.
How come she decided to start with 53? Madeline?
I started with 53 because in multiplication, I always like to start with the bigger number first. It will be a little bit more faster to do the bigger number times the smaller number.
We saw a lot of different number sentences here today using the commutative property, but which one actually matches the story? Kenyana.
The number sentence that really matches the story is 46 times 53.
Looks like everybody agrees. Excellent job. Today we saw that all students had access to strategies for this word problem. 23 out of 25 solved it correctly the first time. All scholars solved it correctly with a subsequent strategy. 20 had precise work, and 15 of them had used invented algorithms successfully. Many of them broke their numbers into groups of 10. For my next steps, I'm going to continue exposing scholars to larger numbers for multiplication and division number stories. I will be creating some purposeful and powerful pairs, pairing scholars with great organizational methods with those that had access but were not exhibiting precise or accurate strategies the first time.